Well, Ten Commandment litigation had been going on for decades and not very well. And we had this case coming out of Utah where this little town, Pleasant Grove, wanted to fight back. And this group came in to say, well, if you're going to display a Ten Commandments monument, we want you to display our monument, which was called the Seven Aphorisms, which were basically the anti-Ten Commandments monument. The idea being, if cities are forced to do this, they'll be putting them up all over the country and cities will just remove their Ten Commandments.
One of the big cases that the court will be tackling does involve this small religious group in Utah who wanted to build a monument in a public park.
They gather inside a pyramid and practice the rite of mummification. This small band of worshipers call themselves Summum. The group, which has about 20 members, wants to donate a monument to the city of Pleasant Grove, which is near Salt Lake City, but the offer was refused.
I went with a very aggressive strategy. It was controversial at the time, where I said, no, look, this is the government making a decision to speak here. The government has the right to engage in activity. If it wants to promote the Ten Commandments because it has historic significance to the community, both from a political standpoint, a moral standpoint, a religious standpoint, it's a perfect right to do it.
Mr. Sekulow, when you come upon this, if somebody comes upon this monument in the park, how are they supposed to tell whether it's government speech or private speech?
Well, of course, the face of it, Mr. Chief Justice, states on the face of the monument that it's presented to Pleasant Grove City in Utah County by the Fraternal Order of Eagles. And as far as a government speech, as far as ownership and control goes, under a more of a Johans analysis, different from Finley and Forbes in that context, here the government exercised control. After all, they allowed it, accepted it, and allowed it to be erected in their property. Under Utah law, all right, title, and interest to that property.
Could you imagine a group coming in saying, well, you know, since you've displayed the Statue of Liberty, we're going to demand that the United States accept our monument, same height as the Statue of Liberty. We're going to call it the Statue of Tyranny, because that's how we view America. Would the United States be compelled to display the Statue of Tyranny? Or could they say, no, the government is speaking, and we believe that the United States is a beacon of liberty, and that's why we're going to display the Statue of Liberty? Or at the Holocaust memorials that are throughout the United States in those parks, are you going to have to put a statue to Adolf Hitler because some neo-Nazi group wants it? No. When the government's speaking, it can determine its message. And I remember during the oral argument, Justice Ginsburg asking me about the Ten Commandments display, and I pointed to my right, because engraved in the Supreme Court frieze up on the wall is the Ten Commandments, Moses holding those Ten Commandments, and the words written in Hebrew.
This court has a depiction of Moses holding the Ten Commandments in the frieze of the courtroom with the words written in Hebrew. That's not an endorsement of the religion or of the commandments, it's representative of a history.
And I said, you know, basically, if it's good enough for the Supreme Court of the United States, it certainly is good enough for Pleasant Grove. And as I said, 9 justices agreed with this, so it was a great decision and a great result. It's rare you win a Ten Commandments case, and it's even rarer to win it unanimously, and we did, by God's grace. It was a great victory, still is.